Bonsoir à tous. How are you doing today? Today we have two beautiful tales, very, very cute, by Patrick Baud from his Nanofiction series. We have monsters first and then someone who knows the future. I hope you're doing great. Do you have your pen and paper ready? Or maybe you're taking notes on your computer. I know that some of you do one or the other. Let's get ready. We're going to start by reading this one together. So breathe in, breathe out, and let's read it together. 1, 2, and 3. Dès qu'il entra dans la confrérie des monstres, ce petit golem posa la question. Y a-t-il un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou non? Pas du tout. Mais nous entretenons la rumeur. Pourquoi, tant que les humains se concentrent sur ce lac, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres? So I know Lynn is from Scotland, so Lynn, maybe you know about this Monsters Club, and you know that there is nothing in the Loch Ness, but maybe in others. So the first line. Dès qu'il entra dans la confrérie des monstres, ce petit golem posa la question. Dès que is as soon as. Remember? Dès que is as soon as. Dès que. Dès qu'il entra, as soon as he entered in. And remember, here it is le passé simple, of course. Dans la confrérie. La confrérie. What do you see in la confrérie? You see frère. Okay, un frère is a brother. Égale brother. So la confrérie is a brotherhood. So it's a club as well. So here in confrérie, we can see frère. And un confrère is something that you might see, or une confrère as well. This works for both the genders. It is, I would say a colleague, but maybe a fellow. You have probably a better word for that in English than one of those. Colleague, okay, fellow brother, colleague. So you can use confrère to talk about a colleague, but most of the time we use it to refer to someone who is doing the same specialty as us, but not necessarily in the same company. So usually we say that doctors are confrères, people doing research in the same field are confrères. It's not only someone who works with you. You have this idea of a joint area of work. So for example, mon médecin m'a dit qu'il ne savait pas ce que j'ai. Il va en parler à un confrère et revenir vers moi. My doctor told me that he didn't know what I have. He's going to talk about that to a colleague and come back to me. So here the un confrère is a fellow doctor. So it can be someone in the same field, or it can be someone in another field, but you have this idea of the brotherhood of doctors, okay? So this is typically an area where you can talk about confrères. Lawyers as well. How do you say notaire? Notary, solicitor. Okay. I see attorney and lawyer. I'm not really sure it is exactly the same because it's really in French law, but it's someone who has an expertise. And yeah, so we could say that confrère is someone who shares the same area of expertise as you. roughly, and it's a very elegant word. And une confrérie is a brotherhood. Des monstres, of the monsters, ce petit golem posa la question. This little golem asked the question. So here golem is exactly the same as the one in English. So let's read the sentence again. Dès qu'il entra dans la confrérie des monstres, ce petit golem posa la question. The question, obviously, that everybody is wondering about. Y a-t-il un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou non? Is there a monster in the Loch Ness or not? I think it should be Loch, but I don't know Scotland enough to tell you. But in French, we say Loch. Loch, that's the pronunciation in French of that. Loch Ness. Y a-t-il un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou non? Here, it is a very nice way to ask a question. We have several ways of asking a question in French. For example, he could have said, il y a un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou non? Or, est-ce qu'il y a un monstre dans le Loch Ness? It's all about asking a question that will be answered by yes or no. Okay? So I wanted to show you different answers. And here it could be pas as well. Il y a un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou pas? Est-ce qu'il y a un monstre dans le Loch Ness? Same, you can answer yes or no. Y a-t-il un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou non? I assume you know, but there is a legend that says that there is a monster in one of the lakes in Scotland that is called Ness. And it's supposed to be scary and massive, and it has a nickname. He's called Nessie, or it is called Nessie. So I assume you know that, but if you don't, that's the story. And then the other monsters, or maybe another monster, answers, pas du tout, mais nous entretenons la rumeur. Pas du tout, mais nous entretenons la rumeur. Pas du tout, it is not at all. It is exactly the same as in English. Not at all, pas du tout. Nous entretenons la rumeur. Entretenir is to maintain. To keep alive in a way. Entretenir. Nous entretenons la rumeur. To maintain, to keep alive. And une rumeur is also something that we say is un on dit. It is one we say, literally. So you can imagine it's what people say. Une rumeur. It's not extremely common, so I'm not going to emphasize it for tonight, but it's something that you might see. Une rumeur, it is the same as in English, I think, from my notes. Rumeur. Okay, it is the same. I just saw that hearsay seems to be the perfect translation from on dit. Entretenir. So entretenir is to maintain, and you can do that with several things. You can do that with a rumor. Entretenir. So une rumeur is to let people speak. Rumeur. But you can also do this with un jardin. And you can do that with someone. Un amant, for example, a lover. J'aime entretenir mon jardin pour avoir de belles fleurs à regarder depuis mon porche. I love to take care of my garden, to have beautiful flowers to look at from my porch. Entretenir un amant coûte beaucoup d'argent. So entretenir is usually about a relationship that is kind of forbidden. Because we don't say entretenir des enfants, really. It's more about having a relationship that is not really good. Pas du tout, mais nous entretenons la rumeur. Here we have une liaison. And by the way, did we have any dans le Loch Ness? Non. Ce petit golem. Non. That's what I thought. No liaison above. Pourquoi? Why? Pourquoi? Tant que les humains se concentrent sur ce lac, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres. Here we have une liaison. Tant que les humains se concentrent sur ce lac, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres. Tant que is as long as. For example, tant que tu fais la vaisselle, tu peux cuisiner autant que tu veux. As long as you wash the dishes, you can cook as much as you like. Tant que les humains, humans, se concentrer is to concentrate sur ce lac, on this lake, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres. They're not looking into the other ones. And here, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres, it implies dans les autres lacs. Okay? It was removed because it's a repetition, but it is what it is about. Tant que les humains se concentrent sur ce lac, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres. And here we have another liaison. So as long as the humans are focusing, concentrating on this lake, they're not looking in the other ones. So let's read the whole tale again together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dès qu'il entra dans la confrérie des monstres, ce petit golem posa la question. Y a-t-il un monstre dans le Loch Ness ou non? Pas du tout, mais nous entretenons la rumeur. Pourquoi? Tant que les humains se concentrent sur ce lac, ils ne cherchent pas dans les autres. So I'm going to translate it just to make sure that you understand the twist. As soon as he joined the Brotherhood of Monsters, this little golem asked the question. Is there a monster in the Loch Ness or not? Not at all, but we are maintaining this rumor alive. Okay, so the monsters are doing everything they can to make humans know or think that there is a monster in Loch Ness. Why? Asked the little golem. As long as the humans focus on or concentrate on this lake, they're not looking in the other ones. So as long as the humans think that there is a monster in there and they're looking for the monsters, they're not looking for monsters in other lakes. And this is where the monsters are. So if you have a lake next to your home in Scotland, beware that there might be monsters in them. Now let's drink a little bit of water or maybe some tea, coffee, gin. Before we move on to the next one. I loved this tale. It's so cute because I can imagine the little golem asking the question that he's been thinking about for such a long time, and the monsters hiding everything from the humans and making a joke of us by looking into the Loch Ness when there is nothing. So a very, very cute tale. Now we are moving to another tale with another goal. So let's read this together. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's read the tale together. Où vivrai-je dans 5 ans? Laissez-moi consulter ma boule de cristal, dit la voyante. Je vois une petite maison dans les bois, c'est l'hiver. Je la vois aussi. Ah, vous avez des pouvoirs également? Non, mais je crois que vous lisez l'avenir dans une boule à neige. Ha ha ha. Où vivrai-je dans 5 ans? Where will I live in 5 years? Où vivrai-je? Here it is a very nice way to ask a question. This is probably the way that you learned at school years ago. It is with the inversion. But now we don't really do the inversion. Où vivrai-je dans 5 ans is very literary, which is my word nemesis. Je vivrai où dans 5 ans? Je vivrai où dans 5 ans is more the way that we would say in everyday French. Je vivrai où dans 5 ans? Où vivrai-je dans 5 ans is a little bit of literary sentence, and here you can notice that there is no S at the end, okay? Because it is the future. Where will I live in 5 years? It is not a conditional. Where would I live in 5 years? If you say would, you would need the S at the end. But because it's future, no S. And this is when you're reading French, a good way to understand what this is about. Because if you say vivrai-je like that or vivrai-je like that, it is absolutely not the same meaning. The intentions are completely different. So when you're reading French, because I assume that you read pretty well, because lots of students do, try to really concentrate on these things that are not that obvious. And usually this kind of difference, where you add an S at the end of a verb, makes a huge difference. Instead of just understanding what's happening, which is very often what students do when they're reading. Okay, I understand the French, so I'm good in French. Well, actually, no, because reading French is much, much, much easier than understanding it orally and speaking it. So don't trust your reading skills too much, because it's just one of the aspects. Let's read the second sentence together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Laissez-moi consulter ma boule de cristal, dit la voyante. Je vois une petite maison dans les bois, c'est l'hiver. Laissez-moi, here we should add un tiret. Laissez-moi, let me, consulter ma boule de cristal. Consulter, it is, laissez-moi is something that I just took some notes on. Laissez-moi is let me or allow me. Okay, so for example, I have to stop saying so all the time. This is something I noticed this morning when I was working on another lesson. For example, laissez-moi partir d'ici. It is let me go. Let me go. Laissez-moi partir d'ici. The intention is very strict. I'm trying to give an order to tell people to let me go. Laissez-moi partir d'ici. Let me leave this place. However, laissez-moi vous resservir un verre de vin. It is allow me to serve you or to refill your glass of wine. To serve you another glass of wine. So you can see here, laissez-moi is exactly the same, but the translation is completely different. Consulter, it is, what did I write for you? To consult, to read, or to look something up. To read, to look something up. So, I'm not saying so. Je vais... Non. Marcel consulte un not like that, ophtalmologiste pour ses problèmes d'yeux. No. Yes. Marcel consulte un ophtalmologiste pour ses problèmes d'yeux. Marcel consults or went to see an ophthalmologist for his eye issues. But you can also say, je vais consulter mon agenda et je te réponds pour la soirée de dimanche. I'm going to check my agenda. My agenda is not that. It is we're planning maybe? Diary, not date book, calendar. So it is more of a diary. I'm going to check my diary and I will come back to you. I will let you know about the Sunday party. Sunday evening party. And une boule de cristal. It is a crystal ball. So I have to stop saying so. It is the same. Crystal ball. My boule de cristal, dit la voyante. Said the psychic or fortune teller. Un voyant, une voyante, it is a psychic. And here you can notice voir. Voyant. Voir, to see. And we have non-voyant. It is someone who has his view impaired. Not all blind, but someone who doesn't necessarily see very well. Do you have a direct translation for that? Non-voyant. Unsighted, non-sighted blind. Blind is a generic name, but we would say aveugle to say blind. Aveugle to say blind, but the word that we use now is non-voyant or non-voyant. Je vois une petite maison dans les bois. I see a little house in the woods. C'est l'hiver, it's winter. C'est l'hiver. Je la vois aussi. I can see it as well. I can see it too. Ah, vous avez des pouvoirs également. You also have powers. Également, it is like aussi. It is exactly the same. So here he could have said je la vois aussi. Je la vois également. And here vous avez des pouvoirs aussi. It is exactly the same. It is as well. Or too. As well. Non, mais je crois que vous lisez l'avenir dans une boule à neige. No, but I think that you're reading the future in une boule à neige. Croire is to believe or to think, and lire it is to read. L'avenir, the future, dans une boule à neige. Une boule à neige is something I wanted to talk about. It is a snow globe. A snow globe. And I wanted to mention all that because I see loads of mistakes with that, with A and D. What did I write? A is une fonction, a function. D, it is full of. So if you can remember that, your day is great. So let's look at a few examples. Here we have une boule à neige, it is a snow globe, but une boule de neige, it is a snowball. My example was une tasse à café. Une tasse à café, it is a coffee cup. Une tasse de café, it is a cup of coffee. It's not the same. Une tasse à café is a coffee cup, you're talking about the object. Une tasse de café is the coffee cup with the coffee in it, and we care more about the coffee that is in it. Une cuillère à soupe is a soup spoon or a tablespoon, depending on where you are. And une cuillère de soupe, it is a spoonful of soup. Very, very close, but completely different. I'm checking the liaison non, mais je crois que vous lisez l'avenir dans une boule à neige. Here we have une liaison. Dans une boule à neige. Let's reread the sentence together. Non, mais je crois que vous lisez l'avenir dans une boule à neige. That's very cute. We're going to read the whole tale again together. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out, and let's read it. 1, 2, 3. Où vivrai-je dans 5 ans? Laissez-moi consulter ma boule de cristal, dit la voyante. Je vois une petite maison dans les bois, c'est l'hiver. Here I made une liaison, but you could not put it. Je la vois aussi. Ah, vous avez des pouvoirs également? Non, mais je crois que vous lisez l'avenir dans une boule à neige. That's very cute. Let's go back to the beginning to translate the plot twist. Where will I live in 5 years? Allow me to consult my crystal ball, said the fortune teller. I see a little house in the woods and it's winter. I see it too. Ah, do you also have magic powers or just powers? No, but I think that you're reading the future in a snow globe. A snow globe. Here it's funny because the fortune teller uses a similar object, but it's not a crystal ball, it is a snow globe. So they're similar, but you can imagine how ridiculous this situation is and how funny it can be. That's it for today. I'm going to put the playlist of the former episodes if you want to catch up because you missed any or you want to watch them again. I heard that some students like to do it so they can remember and memorize the vocabulary that is mentioned in the lesson. I wish you une bonne journée, une bonne soirée, maybe une bonne nuit. And I will say à demain, 7h15, heure de Paris. Allez, salut!